Rikers Island is a jail here in New York City. My next guest is running against New York State Attorney General Letitia James. She's running in the primary first. She says she wants to get back to basics, quote, protecting New Yorkers, locking up criminals, which is something she has a lot of experience doing. Saritha Komadiredi, say your last name for me.
Komadiredi.
Komadiredi, thank you very much, is a former assistant U.S. attorney in Brooklyn, and she's also served as a law clerk to Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh when he was on the U.S. Court of Appeals in Washington. She went to Harvard undergrad and Harvard Law. You have a very impressive resume. It's very good to see you. Thank you for being here. You know, when you look at these two instances, this young woman who was slammed to the ground by this man who had 16 prior offenses, and then you look at the case of the man in Brooklyn, terrible tragedy in that case. What's the answer to keeping these people, getting them off the streets?
Well, the answer is having an attorney general who's a real prosecutor, who's focused on New York and focused on safety. Instead, what we have now is Letitia James, who's none of those things. She's focused on using the powers of the office to go after her political enemies and President Trump, which was just wrong. Even Democrats now acknowledge that that was wrong, and the appeals court threw out the penalty. But meanwhile, New Yorkers are the ones who have suffered. New York has gotten less safe. In the 6 years that Letitia James has been in office, crime in New York State is up 26%, drug deaths are up 63%. That is what is unacceptable. And to fix it, you need a prosecutor in charge. I am the only prosecutor running for Attorney General.
So, but in order to get this person off the street, what would you need to change? Because the problem is that the bail reform system allows them to go back onto the street. The person who killed that 64-year-old man was awaiting a trial from another incident in Chelsea at the time. You have a city council. I mean, you're running for New York statewide office, but you've got a city council that has no interest in changing any of these rules.
Right. Well, first of all, you've got to prosecute crime. And if the DAs won't do it or they can't do it, the Attorney General can step in. Letitia James doesn't because she doesn't want to, but the law allows you to. Second, you've got to eliminate this open drug use and safe injection sites. There's nothing safe about injecting yourself with heroin. And the state shouldn't be helping people get high. It should be helping people get treatment. And you've got to take the homeless, folks like this, and the mentally ill off the streets humanely. How do you do that? You ramp up services, you ramp up shelters, and you enforce the laws. Community service social workers are not enough. You have to have cops backed up by prosecutors who will arrest, charge, and prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. And like I said, if the DAs won't do it, the Attorney General should step in.
So legally, you can step in as Attorney General and do something. But as you point out, Letitia James, we all know, had, her focus was heavily on prosecuting President Trump, and most of that has been overturned at this point. You've got a crowded field who want to run on the Republican side. Elise Stefanik running for governor. Do you think that you can serve as a check? What's your argument for getting through this primary, first of all, and can you serve as a check on Mayor Mamdani?
Sure. So, first of all, on the primary, like I said, I'm the only prosecutor running on either side of this race. I think that speaks for itself. People want a real public safety professional in charge. That's the only person you can trust. I have been a federal prosecutor for more than 10 years. I prosecuted leaders in Al-Qaeda and ISIS and the Mexican drug cartels. I was chief of staff of the Drug Enforcement Administration, and I was nominated by President Trump to be a federal judge. I am the most qualified person in this race. In terms of what do you do with Mamdani, listen, whatever you think of Mamdani, no one trusts him on public safety. He doesn't trust himself. That's why he kept the police commissioner. He should want someone like me in charge as Attorney General who's focused on keeping every New Yorker safe, so he and others can focus on everything else. Because here's the thing, free buses don't matter if every time you get on the bus, there's a drug addict or a mentally ill person on there with you. And cheap grocery stores don't matter if they're hotspots for gunpoint robberies. And free childcare doesn't matter if there's fentanyl under the play rug and a baby dies, which is what happened in the Bronx 2 years ago. These are common sense policies that the Attorney General should be leading on, and instead she's not even paying attention.
We will be watching this race. Saritha, thank you very much. Great to have you with us today.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.